What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to MMOSWORLD. We are taking a first impressions look at Defiance 2050, which has recently launched. It had an open beta earlier and a closed beta too earlier in the year to show off some of the new features that have been introduced and tweaked with Defiance 2050. There's a new class, the class talent tree system has been revamped, and most importantly, the graphics has been given a huge update with Defiance 2050. So what's going to happen here is we're going to be spending about 10, 15, 20 minutes just playing through the first chapter, the intro tutorial, to see exactly how this game plays for players that have not played Defiance before, the first Defiance, and are wondering what this game is all about. That's what we are going to do. So once you have downloaded the game from Trion's Glyph, or you can get it on Steam as well, both are free to play, and this is a Trion Worlds game, Trion Worlds being the developers. The first Defiance is actually tied into a TV show. Now that TV show is no longer available, it's no longer airing, and that show is called Defiance itself. So this is going to be, you know, just is it going to be a reskin of the old game, which will be in itself disappointing for, you know, old timers for the first Defiance, wondering if there's anything new. Let's go through some of the options here. Video, I'm playing in 1920 1080. In terms of my graphics, they're pretty much all high. I haven't really changed anything based on what's here with the options. I don't actually see an options for there we go, graphics quality. It says custom right now, but it should be all high. And let's go ahead, create a new character and jump on in.
Listen up, people! We just passed the Golden Gate. We'll be on site in less than 20. So you got 10 to secure the rest of that gear and get yourself strapped in for a landing. Repeat! 10 minutes until lockdown, people!
That's an unacceptable response. Must I remind you who I am?
What the hell is this?
I don't care what your protocol is. You're here to help me, so that's what I want you to
You're
do.
dismissed, Private. What's the problem, Von Bach?
You better get your men in line, Captain Grant. I want my equipment out of storage. My Ark Hunters and I depart as soon as we land.
The Earth Republic is in a limousine service. Your gear's locked up and we don't have time to dig it out. Now please, find your seat.
No offense, Captain, but I think your orders were to do as I ask.
My orders come from my superiors. People in Manhattan wearing uniforms, like this. And those orders are to keep you safe while you locate your alleged Arctech.
Alleged Arctech? There is no alleged, Captain. Do you see this? With this Arc core and the rest of the technology that I'll find in the Bay Area, I will repair this world. And be its hero, of course.
You're in a restricted area. Get to your seat.
If anything happens to my gear, I'll send the bill to your superiors.
What an asshole.
Let's move, people! Time's ticking! What is this, a dorm room? Everyone, get to your seats! You two, let's go!
No problem, Cap.
You too.
Alright, and that is the opening intro cinematic for Defiance 2050, and it is exactly the same as it is in the first Defiance game. The only thing that is very obvious here is that the graphics have been improved somewhat, the character movements, the animations look better, but there's still some really jarring issues here, like, you know, the voice acting versus the movement of the mouth and everything. The animations just don't look and feel right, but other than that, the background graphics, the model graphics have all been improved somewhat. Now, for those that have never played Defiance, what is it exactly? It is a first-person shooter style game, or a third-person shooter, if you can, you know, zoom out to that sort of perspective, where it's all about taking back the world from this post-apocalypse. You know, there's aliens and everything, and it's a sci-fi shooter MMO, and it is an MMO. Let's make no mistake about that, because you will have to play with other players. There's going to be content for grouping as well, in addition to the solo story content. So here we are in the character creation screen. First of all, you can select your species. This is humans, human male and female. There's the Erathian male, and female, and then the third race is the Castithan, male and female. Now these are all part of that Union Alliance or whatever, that Federation thing, which is on the good side. And then once you've decided your species, you can then pick your class. So Assault is going to be the brand new class that's coming with Defiance 2050. Second class is the Assassin, which uses stealth and increased damage output. And then you've got the Guardian, pretty much your frontliners, good sustain as well as CC. And then the Combat Medic, which again is pretty self-explanatory. You'll be doing lots of buffs and healing and all that good stuff. So because the Assault class is brand new, we're going to go play with the Assault class. In terms of characters, we will play a female human character because we are boring like that. In terms of customization, you can just pick from several archetypes, archetype 3, 2, or 1. Or you can just hit randomize to see, oh, well, it's changed your species and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go back and redo that. And then I'll pick an archetype. I'll go with archetype number 3. Or number 1. I mean, it's disappointing that you can't actually go into like in-depth character creator mode where you can adjust sliders and change the face and eyes and all that good stuff. Maybe it comes up later, so let's go hit continue. There we go. So this is what I'm looking for. This is the in-depth character customization tool, so you can pick skin color as well. Let's go at number 5. That looks decent. And then character voice.
Hey, buddy. Soldier.
How's the violence? What's up?
Hey, friend.
What's up?
Yeah, we'll go with the chirpy one and then hit next. So now we go on to the eyes. I wish I could just move my character bottom up so I can actually see the face properly. You can change eye color here. Let's go with something simple. I mean, you could get some really alien eye colors if you wanted to. This looks decent. And then eyebrows, you can change that as well. Now, all of this is really depends on how much time you want to spend here. Let's go with that. Then hairstyle. Took a while to load there. I mean, there's not a whole lot of options. There's just enough here for you to start with that it looks pretty decent. And then you can change your hair color. Yeah, black's fine. Let's go on. Now, other customization includes tattoos, which that's right on the forehead. Now, I definitely wouldn't want that. Blemishes, face paint if you need. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. We'll do that. And then you got makeup as well if you want makeup. And then hit confirm. And finally, you put in a name. We're going to go and put in Tayana as one character name. And let's jump into the world.
Now, Arcunner.
Hold on, Captain. That one isn't wearing your beloved uniform. They don't take orders from you. Sorry about that, friend.
We land in 10. Strap in.
I never got to brief you on your ego implant, so we really need to... What the hell?
Sir, they need you on the bridge.
I think I will actually get to my seat. When we land, don't go anywhere. The ego activation can be a bit jarring without a proper briefing.
Relax. It's just a little turbulence. Completely normal.
No, it's not. We're all gonna die.
She's actually quite charming once you get to know her.
These two characters are from the TV show, so it's nice to have them in game for those players that have never played Defiance before.
Alert. All integrity compromised. Initiating evacuation sequence.
We're going down.
All integrity compromised. Evacuation pod launch in 3, 2.
So here's the loading screen getting to the ground, and there's actually a shopping cart icon already, which is pretty funny.
Brace yourself, Cass. This could be real bad. Okay. Which one of these dealies opens this bitch? Ah, nice. Holy Stocko! You're alive! Name's Cass Dukar. I saw you land. Well, maybe that's not the right word. It was more smashing into the ground than landing. I sort of expected you to be a bowl of soup in there. What are you doing? Whoa, are you okay? Do you need help? Can you hear me? You need to sit down. Here, sit down before you pass out. I'm sure you took more than a bump to the head, so rest. Get your feet under you. I'm gonna go see if anyone else needs help. Oh, you might want to arm yourself a bit more. The locals aren't known for their charm.
Hello. Oh, good. You can hear me now. I can sense your nervousness, but don't fret. I'm the Environmental Guardian online device that was injected into your body. You can just call me Ego. Please forgive me. I'm having some trouble getting all the behaviors activated, so we might experience a few hitches at the beginning. But I'll sort it out. We have lots to go over, so we should start.
Alright, and that is pretty much your first tutorial experience into the world of Defiance. That hasn't really changed. I mean, but looking at the screen here, graphics-wise, wow, environments actually look pretty cool. The voice acting's still the same, but this actually looks decent. I mean, this game first came out way back in, what, 2012, 2013, so the technology then, you know, 4K resolution, 1080, GDX 1080 graphics cards didn't exist yet, but now I'm running all of that here in this preview, and it's not going to translate well across on YouTube, but I can tell you the graphical improvements are way better. So as I said, this is a FPS game, but it's also a tactical third-person shooter combat, and that's basically it. Right mouse click to get into your targeting mode, and then left click to fire. And you can also tell that it is very much story driven. Now that's the cool thing about Defiance is it's not just your mindless shooter or whatever. Think of it as, some of the modern games like Defiance, sorry, not Defiance, like Destiny, for example. And you thought that was like a revolutionary story-driven shooter game. Actually, it wasn't the first. I think Defiance came out many years before, 2 or a year before Destiny came out. So this was one of the pioneers in the genre. So let's go ahead and here you click E to talk for missions.
We need to find Mr. Von Bach, but
and
first,
Ego, of course, has been injected into you. So this Ego, think of Ego as like your Cortana for those of you that played Halo. So recover weapons and gear while Ego attempts to bring bio-integrated functions online. Cool.
Let's hurry.
So let's go find some gear. In the top right, you will see the minimap, and it's going to tell you where your objectives are. Now you gotta hold them to grab them, just like that.
Particular weapon types work better for specific situations, so you'll want to get used to switching back and forth between the primary and secondary weapons.
Cool, so that's basically it. Swap between primary and secondary by hitting Q. Movement is a lot more fluid than the first game, I can tell you that. It's definitely more fluid. Shift is to sprint, C is to crouch, I believe. There you go. Ooh, but you know what? I am getting some stuttering issues here from the performance side. I'm not sure if this is because the game is still new, or oh boy, okay, enemy is here. There we go. I'm firing. I'm playing this on a Razer Naga, which is an MMORPG mouse, so it's a bit heavy. Not ideal for first-person shooters, but you get the idea. Aim for the head for critical kills, and that's how you get XP. The health is on the top left corner, so you'll see the blue. Okay, time to reload. Let's play with the secondary weapon, the pistol, and see how that performs. Oh no, there's that stutter again. Becoming a real pain in the butt. I don't know what's causing it. It's definitely not my PC, I can guarantee you. So that's 2 in the head with the pistol, and onwards we must go. Press right mouse button to sight with your weapon and make more accurate shots, which is what I've been doing. But the in-game tutorial's good enough for new players. It's just going to teach you the basics of the game, especially if you come from other Trion World MMOs and you've not, played a shooter game before. So throwing grenades is going to be a thing here. And oh, there's that stutter again. This is really starting to annoy me. So as I'm doing this, you guys feel free to let me know if this is a... Oh, well, that sucked. I hit the G key even before. So let's go ahead and aim high, and let's hold down the grenade. Let's cook it, and let's throw it. Except, I'm out of grenades. So I'm gonna have to kill all the ambushes, like, manually here. Okay, that didn't work. I was shooting at the tree. I'm still shooting at the tree. Let's make a grenade back up. Let's give it a shot. Yep, it's back up. That should be a kill, and that is a kill. Anybody here? Yep. Funny, I was just standing there. Then you got the chopper. I mean, in terms of setting, what Defiance, kind of like futuristic, not so distant future, but I guess the story, I mean, I didn't really finish the first game, but, you know, what it screams to me is like, you know, we're under attack from an alien race or whatever, and Earth is under attack, so there's an all-out war, civil war, whatever, just to take back Earth and, you know, all that good stuff, so. Oh, more. Let's get some cover here. So, you know, if you're new to this and you're wondering, is this like Destiny? Well, it's not in a way, but oh, look at this guy. Hello. He looks dead. He looks like a zombie. Wow, you guys are... Ow! Just kicked me in the face. I'm waiting for the tutorial that tells me how to do that. Okay, cleared pretty much. Let's move on to the next area. Defeat the mutant swarm. Alrighty, we are back. I made some tweaks to the settings in terms of vertical sync and all that stuff just to find out what was causing those screen freezes, which shouldn't really be happening. So hopefully it is way better now. And let's move on ahead with the story. I mean, again, I'm really impressed with the graphical update. It's been, what, 4 years, 5 years now. But the Assault Class 2, way back in the day I did play a Matic, and that was, you know, pretty standard for the PvE content. But the Assault Class seems good. In terms of how the game, you know, has been, the UI seems to have gotten some sort of lift as well. So this is your inventory, just to see what you have in here, in terms of what you got, grenades, weapons, and, you know, the more you play, obviously, and the more of the content you do, you'll get better at this. Here is the stats, the in-game stats as well, and then you've got boosts in terms of, you know, boost your character and all that good stuff. And this is what is new to Defiance 2050. This is the skill tree. So every level you'll get class points, and then you'll just spend this in, you know, for better stuff. Like for this one, increases the recharge rate of your self-revive, and then this one on kill recharge abilities. So this is brand new to the game, and one of the reasons why they revamped it. So a lot of people, though, are calling, why couldn't they have done this with the first Defiance instead of having to make a full new Defiance 2050 game? Well, the answer is simple. I mean, if you notice with Trion Worlds, Trion, the developers, you know, they've done this for a couple of other of their games too, where they try and, you know, put some more hype back into an old game. Let's take Rift, for example. Rift has been around since, what, 2011, and it's one of the older MMORPGs. And then they recently released a Rift Prime server, and Rift Prime is sort of like the fresh start progression server. But, you know, it is subscription based, so you actually had to be a subscriber in order to access the Prime server. So that has gotten a lot of hype because it is a fresh start progression server, and a lot of people like the idea of going back and playing the earlier parts of the game. Now, it's not using a vanilla build, which would be extremely popular, but it's not. So with Defiance 2050, I can understand sort of what they're going for in terms of being a PR style press, you know, hyper, because it's a brand new title, and I wonder if they will think that it will get better success due to you know, it being a different game, sort of. Okay, this is sort of like one of the harder mobs. Earlier on, you saw me take down some lower style mobs. This is guy's like a mini boss or whatever. So he has a harder or higher health pool, I should say. Now, on the right side, as usual, you will see the objective. So I have to get an advanced weapon, which is in this crate. And I now have an advanced weapon, which is... well, I still only have 2. Let me just hit the I button and see what's in my inventory. The Retaliator is what I have right now. Other than that, other prototypes, nothing favorites, nothing new. Retaliator, that's about it. Oh, I'm getting shot. Oh, servers are coming down for 15 minutes. Do you guys see that? Whoa, there's a lot of enemies here. I'm just gonna go hide behind somewhere. Totally forgot about this part. But how does this work? How does your health work? You'll notice that, you know, I'm in the red right now, so if you got shot a lot, obviously your health is gonna go down. That's how it works. So it's all about, you know, killing as many people as you can and waiting for your health to recharge again. But, you know, you can't just stand there and take stuff in the face all the time. But again, that's where the group play will come in handy, because there's going to be classes like the medic that will help, you know, buff you and make you survive better in open world and in group content as well. So are there dungeons? Are there raids? I hear MMORPG players are asking. No, not really, but there's going to be open world group content, and, you know, you guys can check it out yourselves. I don't think there's going to be changes in that aspect, because, again, one of the reasons why Defiance launched in the first place is to add, you know, the new Assault class, the class that I'm playing right now, in addition to revamping the graphics, and I suppose adding the Trion World cash door, really, because for a free-to-play game, they have to make their revenue somewhere. So before we end this video, we will go and check out the Trion Defiance 2050 store and see whether or not it has pay-to-win elements and all that good stuff. Now I'm just using my main weapon here to kill stuff, but later on in the same mission you'll get access to, like, I think a rocket launcher? Could be wrong. But then there's vehicles out in the open world that you can drive, stuff like buggies and you know, fun stuff to get around. You can create clans, so that works like guild as well, so there's definitely that social element. And usually this tutorial thing is not solo. You'll see other new players in here as well later on. There should be a button to change how you shoot, like over your shoulder left or over your shoulder right. I haven't really dived into the key bindings just yet, but I'm just going to go with this. So because of where my gun arm is, I pretty much have to shoot. If I'm shooting from behind obstacle, I'm going to have to do it on the left side. Because I noticed from here, I'm just going to shoot the wall, which is kind of weird. I'm just going to throw a grenade, and let's take out as many as we can. And again, grenades will recharge. The AI is pretty clever, especially if you're new to, you know, shooter games, or if you're new to shooter in general. Don't expect the AI to just stand there while you shoot them in the face. That's not, you know, how these games work. But because it's an MMORPG, you know, they have to cap the difficulty somewhere, so it's not difficult for everybody across the board. But there will be challenging content on the landscape for you to hunt out and do for groups and stuff like that. So, again, very similar to games that you've played in the past of this genre, Destiny, and all that stuff. It's just that, you know, it's not too distant in the future, the setting, that is. It's not going to be like a totally different planet or whatever. This is still planet Earth in the future, but inhabited by monsters and creatures and stuff like that. Okay, let's kill some more. Is there a chance that you can die in the tutorial? Yes, there is a chance. Let's go ahead and see if I can throw another grenade, kill some more people. That grenade was a huge fail. But I only need about 10 more kills before this section of the tutorial goes on. So this is more like a wave defend kind of tutorial mission, just to put you in a pressure situation to kill as many mobs as possible. And I only need a few more before I can move on. But I am down to my last 15 clips. And I'm going to be out of ammo real soon. So I have to go and scavenge. So this is all these ammo plates here. And that's pretty much how you fill ammo. They're going to be located pretty... Oh! So that was the last one that I needed. And now we get into the in-game cutscene. This is where, you know, Defiance 2050 and the first Defiance makes good use of their cinematic storytelling. So it's pretty much, I mean, if you ever play games like Borderlands as well, it does this a lot, which is actually really nice to watch. But again, the graphics have been improved a lot, and I do appreciate that for a free-to-play game. If you really enjoyed the first Defiance,
You have an ego implant, don't you?
then you'd enjoy
That's
this one.
amazing. First time I've ever seen one in action. You know, I think we're gonna make one hell of a team. A little backup can take you a long way in this crazy place. I'm heading to the crash site. They're gonna need help. I'm sure we'll be in contact. Arc Hunter.
And that was your introduction to vehicles as well. This is one of the few vehicles that you can use. Now, at the top right here, look, I can already start adding stuff to my cart. I have just been leveled up, so ego level available. Press K to spend ego class points. Now again, this is one of the things that are brand new with Defiance 2050. I'm level 2 with 1 class point, so I can either boost my movement speed, or reload faster, or on kill recharge abilities, or increase the recharge rate. So I'm going to go with the speed one, so I'm going to hit E for this. Or just hit the upgrade. Yeah, so that is done. Now again, all the other classes will have their own trees, so that's pretty interesting. And now the tutorial is going to take you on with the story further some more. But this is where I'm going to stop and share some thoughts, and we'll also check out the all-important store. So let's just go ahead and go back. And let's take a look at the store here. So there's intel, there's the map as well. Let me just show you guys, how big the Defiance world is. There's a lot to cover for content. You won't see what level is required or anything, but you have to keep your gear up to date. And then there's the goals. Character, social, this is where I talked about, you can have friends in here, start a clan, which is basically your guild system and everything. And then we move on to matchmaking. This is probably for PvP and stuff. Where is the store? There you go, Defiance store, that's what I'm looking at. So, in the store, you can get more bits, and I suppose clicking that, there you go. So for 50 bucks, 50 USD, you can get 6,250 bits. That's just a baseline. $5 will give you 500 bits. So keep that in mind as we look at some of the items here. So there's going to be sales, loadout surplus, secret stockpile, what's in this limited time stockpile. You get cores, guaranteed enhancement catalyst, and all that stuff. Weapon mods, high cal weapon mods. Like, the thing is, I'm not familiar with these. You got boosts, so you got XP boosts. This is pretty much standard. Outfits as well, cosmetics if you want to dress your, person in flashy armor. I mean, these don't even look great to begin with, but these are about 10 bucks each, I suppose. You got services for more loadout slots, name change, customization redo, clan rename. You can buy vehicles. Now this is going to be pretty handy. I think vehicles in Defiance are absolutely cool, and they're great for getting around the world quick. They're pretty pricey as well, though. And then you got headgear. I mean, some of these can be earned in game as well, especially when the events come around, the event season come around. You can buy currency like art key, used to open art chests. So that's basically the RNG system for loot boxes or whatever. That's all in here. I mean, so far it's not bad at all. Like I'm not seeing a huge issue like I did when I looked at Rift. Rift's free-to-play version, when you look at the store, you can buy like endgame raid gear in the store for like $100. That sucks. That's pay to win, because there is a competitive PvP mode out there and all that stuff. So I don't think we'd like to see Defiance 2050 go down that road. But so far, in terms of what they've done, the story's the same, the world's the same, the premise is the same, the graphics have been improved. There's a new class, which is the assault class, and that's basically it. Whether or not this game takes off or it just dwindles down like the first game did, it remains to be seen. But if you want to check out Defiance, you can go play it on Steam right now for free, or download Trion Worlds Glyph launcher, and you can get Defiance 2050 there. So that's it from us. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this first impressions look, and feel free. Oh look, there's another player right there. That's how the players look in game. And yeah, feel free to subscribe to MMOSWORLD for more MMO content. As ever, it's Aiden from MMOSWORLD, signing out.